So for the record, you want Tyrod or Tyrod?
That's a big deal, huh? I mean, Tyrod is definitely what I've heard the most in my life. But I mean, my mom calls me Tyrod, but she also doesn't call me by my first name. So
What does she call you?
she calls me by my middle name, Diallo.
Okay.
She's only allowed to call me that, so y'all can't start calling me that.
Fair enough.
So the last week go about as good as you could have hoped for those couple of drives.
I mean, it was a good start, but there's definitely some things that we could clean up. And we watched the film with a critical eye, myself included, and strive to get better. Like I said, that was a start, something to build off of. But it's the first preseason game. Can't win the Super Bowl there. It's a gradual ladder that we got to climb week to week.
From the standpoint you're playing your old team, how would you characterize your 3 years in Buffalo?
It was a learning curve for me. Of course, when I walked into Buffalo, a lot of people didn't really know my name. Was able to win this starting job. I was able, as I left, was able to break a 17-year playoff drought. So it was a lot that was accomplished in those years. I'm thankful for those opportunities. I'm more so glad for the opportunity I have here.
Would you rather this game be a regular season game against Buffalo than a preseason game?
Anytime I get a chance to compete, I'm going to go out there and do my best to show what I can do as well as help the team win. So preseason, a regular season game, it's the same.
I mean, with any revenge factor in your mind that they traded you?
No, this game isn't about them, nor just me or our relationship. It's about us taking another step, getting better. Like I said, it's week 2 of the preseason. You want to see growth at every position in all phases from the first week. So that's more so what this game is about.
Do you like running the hurry up?
Yes, I enjoy it. I think it keeps the defense honest, and it allows us as players, especially myself, to see things on the run and get the offense into the best situations.
When you're doing it under Todd, are you calling the plays?
Yes. We have different packages where he calls it, and we also have different ones when I call it as well too.
Any advantage in knowing some of the personnel this week going up against Buffalo?
Yes, it's some turnover over there as far as different players, but being able to practice against those guys and those coaches for a year and go against that defense last year in training camp and throughout the year definitely helps with insight. And like I said, this game isn't about them; it's about us executing. And we have to do that in all 3 phases.
Early in camp, you did say you told NFL Network that you would love to beat the Bills in the playoffs, and there seemed to be, some admission there that this was a painful experience for you, that you took them to the playoffs and then, boom, you're gone. So is that an accurate portrayal?
I wouldn't say it was painful. I have nothing to hold my head about in my time in Buffalo. Like I said, it was progression from a player standpoint each and every year. But of course, why wouldn't I want to beat that team in the playoffs if it comes down to that? So I'm always excited, like I said, to compete. But I know those guys, played against those guys, majority of those guys for the past 3 years. Some new players, but I would love to play against those guys in the game.
This whole game aside, I'm not even asking you about facing them at all, but just for you, in your career, going into the season and moving forward, is it a motivational force for you, the way it ended?
Yes. I think each year has its own way of motivating itself, but definitely how things ended there. It's definitely motivation for this year, not necessarily this game, but like you said, this year.
Fans can see when quarterbacks have pocket presence. Everyone talks about pocket presence. How do quarterbacks develop it? What's the percentage of it's innate, it's a feel, as opposed to what you can learn watching tape as far as pre-snap reads, that kind of stuff?
I think it goes hand in hand. Of course, being out there on the field aspect comes with just confidence in the guys up front and with the guys making plays on the outside, being able to stand into the pocket, being able to move and find a guy downfield. So I think it definitely goes hand in hand. But as far as being able to find rush lanes on film and different ways to step up in the pocket, there's definitely ways to do both.
Was it like everything else when you go from college to pro, a lot quicker? You had to make your decision?
For sure. I mean, you're going against faster guys in the NFL, so it's definitely you have to make the decisions a lot quicker.
Tyrod, the week Callaway had last week, what are you smiling at?
Just the emphasis on Tyrod.
I'm stuck. I don't know what.
We're getting it right.
Now we're all confused.
Did the week Callaway had, did he lose trust with you, and did he regain it the way he came back in that game?
He didn't lose trust with me by any means. I know what type of player he is. I was excited to see him go out and make those plays. We've seen him make them in practice, but for him to go out in a game atmosphere and actually go out and compete and make those plays was definitely encouraging. So he set a standard, so we have to continue to keep pushing his game each and every week.
I guess I'm including his incident in losing the trust question.
Things happen. I don't know the details and everything, but on the football side of things, like I said, just want to see him to continue to keep growing as a player.
Run back to Buffalo, the first year you were there. What was your mind? What was your whole approach to trying to become an NFL starter back when you were in your first year with Buffalo?
Just taking it day by day, making sure that I took advantage of every opportunity. It was a three-way quarterback competition at the time, so each rep definitely mattered, as it do now. But you didn't know when those reps were coming, so just tried to make the best of every opportunity. And when you got a chance to showcase what you could do, step up to the plate
Did
and do
you
it.
feel like you were at a real crossroads at that point in your life, in your professional life?
No. I sat for 4 years in Baltimore. Always just wanted the opportunity to prove myself, and was finally given that opportunity throughout that preseason and throughout the year. So
And
just more so excited about the opportunity.
what were the circumstances? What were the circumstances you chose Buffalo? You were a free agent, I believe.
Yes, I was a free agent. Buffalo and Denver were the two teams that I would decide in between. And with the open competition in Buffalo, decided to go out there and, like I said, I wanted the opportunity to show what I could do.
How motivating is it to have the #1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner, future face of the franchise behind you?
I'm not sure what that question means.
Everybody, there's a lot of external noise about Baker and how he's playing, and how the Browns, in some people's eyes, are making a mistake by not putting him out there right away. So does that drive you at all?
I really don't know. I really don't hear those comments. I've always been always focused on myself. Like I said from day one, I'm in competition with myself, and how can I make myself better each and every day? And I'm going to continue to keep having that mindset and pushing myself to be the best player I can be.
The coach.
In that same interview at the start of camp, you mentioned that you bring this to work with you every day, how you were let go by the Bills and how that motivates you. Can you address that? Can you just come here every day?
I'm looking forward to week 2 of preseason. Like I said, I'm not going to make this about me or Buffalo. It's an opportunity for us to get better as a team, opportunity for me to get better as a player, and looking forward to it this week.
Do you prefer the hurry up offense style more so than the huddle up, get the play in, tell everyone line up, that type of thing?
I think it's an area for both in games. Certain games you're definitely going to have to huddle up and control the clock, as well as some games you're going to have to keep defenses on the field, keep different personnel on the field, and continue to keep moving the ball in a no huddle fashion. So you definitely have to blend it in when necessary.
What do you make of what's going on at left tackle? Yesterday we saw Greg Robinson with the first team and Batonio back at left guard for a little bit. Is it all unsettling to you that there's unsettling going on?
I think we had a couple guys out of practice yesterday, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. Guys are competing. Joel just looked great at that position, so we're going to continue to keep grinding and chipping away at each day.
Did you sense the weight come off that franchise last year when they finally made the playoffs? Because I think you put the Browns now as the team that hasn't made the playoffs in the longest. But could you feel within the organization what it meant to finally break that long string?
Absolutely. The goal is, of course, to win the Super Bowl, but for a team that hadn't been to the playoffs for 17 years, to come home after we beat Miami on New Year's, to see the fans standing out in snow as the plane approached back in Buffalo is definitely special to see. So you're definitely seeing the excitement, and look forward to creating that here.
Coach Sampisi and Joel Batonio mentioned how that first throw of the game the other night, you stood in, the one that Jarvis, you stood in and took a big shot. I know you've been in the league for a while, but do you feel that's like another thing you check off the list of showing your new teammates what you can do, stand in there and take big shots and complete balls?
Yes. You definitely have to do that to be successful in this league. Of course, as an athletic quarterback, some guys say that, some people say that you are quick to pull the ball down and run. But I think the more you stand in the pocket, of course your offensive linemen appreciate it, as well as the receivers. I mean, Jarvis made more yards with that catch than I probably could with my legs in that situation. So you just got to be smart when you choose to do so.
From the standpoint that the playoff drought was ended under your watch, do you feel in 3 years you mission accomplished in Buffalo?
No, like I said, when I got there, a goal of each player each year is to win the Super Bowl. So it was a goal that was accomplished. It wasn't just me single-handedly. It was a team effort. Coaches involved as well too. So it was definitely a goal that was accomplished, but it wasn't the ultimate goal.
The coach.
Last one.
We know that Des Bryant was watching the game the other night. We know that Jarvis was talking to him. Have you talked to him at all?
No, I haven't.
Do you know him at all?
No, I don't.
The coaches have talked about you, being the first one in, last to leave, and we saw a glimpse of that in the first episode of Hard Knocks. You driving in early in the morning. Had you always been like that, or was there a point in your career where you started that routine, where you were always that guy?
I've always been a early riser. As far as what time, that's changed over the years. But found a routine that works best for me, and continue to keep sticking with it, and it helps me go about my day better.